The Rooster Teeth website is coming back, and the new old founder, Bernie Burns, allowed the patron members of his podcast Morning Somewhere to get the first look. I've been a member of the Patreon since the day it was announced. If you're not listening to the Morning Somewhere podcast, that's where you need to go to get the best Rooster Teeth updates. I'm going to tell you my thoughts on the Rooster Teeth website, but before that, a couple things I want to go over. Number one, Bernie has asked that nobody share images of what the website looks like right now. There's a lot of really good reasons for this. The first and most obvious being that it's a beta. Things are going to change between now and when it's officially released. Plus, everything might not be as polished as you'd expect on a final release. Think of like those Marvel movies where they release some behind the scenes clips and everyone's upset that the special effects aren't done. But my favorite reason is the reason I'm not showing the website here, and that is because how often is it that we get to get excited about something on the internet? Bernie said he wants people to visit the website for the first time and be excited and have their own first look at it, and for that to be a fun experience. The last thing I'd want to do is spoil your first time looking at the website, so I even encourage you, I'm sure someone's going to post it somewhere. Stay in the dark, don't look around. Someone may end up posting it on Reddit or social media. I can promise you that I'm not going to post any images of it here until the day it's actually released. And before we start, I do want to tell you that I'm giving away Rooster Teeth merch every single week. We go hunting for it. If we don't find any of it, I give away something from my personal collection. And luckily, a few awesome Rooster Teeth employees have actually stepped up and donated what they had so we can keep giving stuff away. I post those videos as both YouTube Shorts and on TikTok, and I've started doing it on Instagram. So check it out if you want to win some free merch. So let's get into it. First, I'm going to talk about things that I really enjoyed on the website, and then I'm going to talk about some things that I would love to see before the final edition or at some point in the future. I'm making this review after testing the website for about an hour. Out the gate, I don't want to overhype this, but I really like it. One thing I love right out the gate is there clearly is going to be a focus on community with this website. That went away with the old website. They kind of went away from the community posts. They still had them, but it wasn't really something that was front and center. But it definitely seems from the website this is going to be prevalent. As Bernie said in the past, all of the old comments and things have been restored from what I can tell. There are actually comments on the first Red vs. Blue episode that are 21 years old. The whole site has a cool vibe that it doesn't look too corporate. It looks like it was made by a team, and that's probably because it was. We know that at least Bernie, Adam, and Ben have been working pretty hard on this website for at least a few months. Now, a few of the highlights. So there is a video player. I never had a lot of issues with the old video player. I know a bunch of people did with the old website, and it seemed like it was something that was always kind of talked about. I've loaded about 5 videos up so far, watched them in their entirety, and it is smooth, it's fast. I do have gigabit internet, so I'm not going to pretend that doesn't help, but there's no buffering times. I'm not really seeing any issues there. To combine both the community side and these videos that I've been watching, I tried to pick some random videos and some older ones to see like if it would buffer slower on older videos. It seemed pretty uniform across the board, but the website's buzzing right now. It's really exciting. You're seeing a bunch of new comments. You're seeing people post in the community areas. It's only going to get bigger, and this is already a pretty small test, so I can't wait to see what it looks like when everything's up and running and how active people get. Now, like I said, I don't want to spoil too much, but right on the show's page, there is something very exciting that I think we're all going to be really amped to see, but you got to wait till it's released. You should definitely join the Morning Somewhere Patreon because it looks like they're going to do another beta test. And it just looks like a little quick tease, like an image, but I'm excited to see what it ends up being. Now, obviously, there is a store, and it is up and running, and it has some items in it already. I just dropped about $130. I'm not going to lie, I've been waiting for over a year to make another order in the Rooster Teeth store, and it's exciting, and it's set to get here in like a week. So it seems like they've already got this stuff pretty well set up, and it's only a few merch options. He said it was just going to be a few little things out the gate to kind of test their systems, but I mean, this looks like it has potential to be just as big as the old Rooster Teeth store at some point. I don't even want to get into the specifics of what I got because that even feels kind of spoilery, but I will tell you it was apparel items, and it's apparel items that I think everyone's going to be very excited to see. Overall, I have to say, if you could think of an optimistic future of what you would want websites on the internet to look like, this is kind of checking all the boxes for me. It's not too in your face. There's no ads on it, obviously. I'm liking everything I'm seeing right now. It actually even runs really well on mobile. I made sure to pull it up on my mobile and on my tablet, and it runs on all three very well. They are bringing back the sponsorships or the first model for the people who join Rooster Teeth a little bit later. However, it does look like if you support them on Patreon, it looks like it's a one or the other type deal, and you can link your Patreon. I'll also say, wrapping up the things I liked on the site and the things that I saw, they seem to have almost everything that was still owned by Rooster Teeth at the end. I didn't do a full accounting, but I can scroll down through tons and tons of shows, and I see all the episodes. I'm not seeing anything that I'm really missing, except for some of the obvious stuff that was purchased by the other companies that kind of broke away. Now, what would I like to see new added to the site in the future? I thought of some fun ideas. One I dropped on Reddit a few days ago. I would really like to see a section for the RT comics, if that's something that they retain the rights for, or maybe they could talk to Luke McKay or Griffin Ramsey, whoever, if they own the rights. And I would love to have just a comic section where you can either click to random comics or you can scroll through each volume. I'm sure it was digitized by somebody. I know there was a website that I think was run by Luke McKay where you could just read them whenever you wanted. I'd love to see that integrated into the website. Also, I mentioned on one of my recent YouTube videos that I would really like to see that RTTV come back. Kind of the live stream that is always running Rooster Teeth videos. I think that would be really cool, especially with the new community focus of the website kind of coming back. I think it would be fun to be able to watch stuff live and just jump in, jump out, and be able to have conversations with fans, especially if it's more active than the old website was at the very end. One small personal thing I hope they change is they allow us to change our usernames. My username is my old username, which is an incorrectly spelled reference to a movie. I just had it, and it was the first account that I had signed in on last, and it was the last one I remembered, so now I'm linked with that email for life. One other small thing I'd like to see that it seems like they're kind of going in this direction is having kind of a news page right when you log in with new stuff that's coming out. Now, Bernie said it's not going to be the flood of content that it was before, but I would like to be able to kind of stay abreast of maybe you have a community post of the week up there or like a community member spotlight. I mean, so many people in this community do so many amazing things. So I think it'd be a really easy opportunity, and maybe you have the community vote on it. I would also love to have all of the old point systems come back. Right now, it's how it was before, and you're kind of limited just to kind of giving something a heart or a like. If you don't remember, in the old days, basically you could do like +1 cool or -1 lame or -1 flame bait. It was a fun way that you could actually vote on posts and give posts points. I mean, of course that had its issues too, but I would love to see something like that come back where I have more reactions that I can give to different posts. The only other thing that I would really love to see is just more, I guess. More community members in there, more people posting, more videos, obviously, but really just more of what I'm seeing. This is a huge step in the right direction, and I know most of my videos are positive, and I mean, you probably didn't come here thinking I was gonna rip on the website, but really, you're gonna really be excited about what you see. This is something that I think we're really missing in 2025, and I think it could be kind of the future of the internet, and well, at least what I would like to see as the future of the internet. Smaller teams working to make cool little hubs or lifeboats, as Bernie calls them, that we can kind of congregate to in a world that's going to be overrun by AI content and, all the doom and gloom stuff you hear every day. So those are my general thoughts. I think it's more than a great foundation or just a step in the right direction. It seems like exactly what everyone would want out of a website like this in 2025. Again, I'm not trying to overhype this. This isn't going to cure world hunger or anything like that, but this is something that I think a lot of us need right now, and especially I've seen a lot of people in the comments saying that they're coming back to Rooster Teeth. They would really like to see more positivity and not the things that drove them away over the last few years. To give you an idea of how much this team working on it cares, the emails went out in a first batch, but it seemed like there were a lot of people who didn't get the emails for, whatever technical reasons. And it's, 5, 6 o'clock in Austin, which means it's deep into the night for Bernie and Ashley out there in Scotland. But the whole team got together and they still got out emails to all the people that missed the email and reached out personally via email to make sure that everyone got their link who had been supporting them for so long. And I mean, again, not to be too overwhelmingly positive, but in a world where I feel like there's a lot of things that don't look out for me as someone who uses their product or consumes their entertainment. I mean, that's going above and beyond. It would have been really easy for them to just kick the can down the road, say, hey, we're going to do another beta at the end of the week or something like that. But they made sure it got done today, and I couldn't be more thankful because it's why I got to put this video out. Uh-oh. That's my boss calling. All right, I really got to get out of here. See you guys.